getting ready for you to join us for face-to-face instruction and continue online learning as directed by our Board of Education and Superintendent Winston. Providence Spring has established many routines, procedures, and preventative measures to open our schools safely for our students. Our staff will share changes in our facilities, classroom spaces, and efforts to keep our Rockets safe and productive. Please keep in mind that things are constantly changing, so our plans for today will adjust and adapt with the changes happening around us. Upon return to school, all students and staff are expected and encouraged to wear a mask. We will positively promote how we keep ourselves safe as well as other Rockets safe. So remember, Rockets strong, masks on.
Welcome to the carpool line. It looks a little bit familiar. We just have a couple of differences this year. As a staff member approaches your car, they'll give you a signal to roll down your window. Let's practice. Thank you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the driver 3 simple questions. The first question is, have any of the children that you are dropping off today had in the last 14 days been in contact with anyone that has been diagnosed with COVID-19? No. Do any of the children you're dropping off have any of these symptoms? And I'm going to ask each one. Fever, chills, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, new cough, or new loss of taste or smell. No. Since the last time that you were at school, have any of the children you are dropping off been diagnosed with COVID-19? No. And if you answer no to all those questions, I will then ask you to roll down your window, and I have a thermometer check. And we have to get kind of close, so we will get close, and I will take your child's temperature. And if their temperature is good, they are welcome to come into the building. If not, I'll have a short conversation with the parent, and I will give them directions as to what they need to do. We don't want to hold up the carpool line. This does take a little bit of time, so I'm really going to ask for your patience for this. And the more we do it each day, the faster we will get with it. So we're asking for your patience. We want everyone to be safe, and we want everyone to be able to be healthy that comes into our building. Thank you. Bus lot. If you'll notice, we're missing something. We don't have any buses, but on our first day back, we will. If you're choosing to take transportation, your bus will bring you just like normal. And when you stop, you will get out of the bus. There'll be a staff member to greet you. And if you'll notice, we have these footprints. And this is just to help us remind you to remember to stand 6 feet apart. So I know that's going to be difficult when you're getting off the bus, but we really have to keep that space. There'll be people out here to kind of remind you, and before you know it, after a few days, you're going to know how much space to keep between you and the person behind you. You're going to go into the gym doors, and there'll be staff members to greet you and tell you where to stand. You will have a temperature check upon arrival, and then you'll be off to your classroom. There's one more thing that I wanted to remind you of. Your parents will be receiving an attestation form from transportation. Parents need to fill this form out, and on the first day of the week that you come to school, you're going to hand this to the bus driver. This is for transportation. We don't get it at school. The bus driver is going to keep it with them all week long. You only have to fill out one each week when you come. Okay? We cannot wait to see you. PSC strong, masks on.
As you can see, I'm standing in our hallway. Our hallways will look a little bit different this year. As usual, we will walk on the right-hand side of the hall. However, you'll notice yellow stickers on the wall and hand sanitizing stations throughout the school. These added items will allow each of us to remember to stay 6 feet apart and will also give staff and students the ability to sanitize their hands throughout the day. One other thing you might notice is fewer people in our hallways. We have been very purposeful to set a schedule that allows for less traffic. One more thing, we miss you and can't wait to see you. And don't forget, Rocket Strong, mask on.
Well, hello, Rockets. We are so excited that you will be returning to school. So we have just want to tell you just a little bit about what's going on. I know you're getting a lot of information that things have changed and we've added new safety practices. But I also want you to know that the office is still where it always was. The nurse's station is still where it always was. We're sitting where we always sat. We do have some cool stuff for you. We do have markers on the floor because social distancing we know is important. And we have some neat plexiglass, but I can see you through it and everything will remain the same. Also in the office, things are getting cleaned all the time, just like in your classroom. We are so excited to have you back because we know that what's most important is you. And how are we going to keep you safe? You know, Rocket Strong, mask on.
Hi Rockets! When you come into school, your classroom is going to look a little bit different than it has in previous years. If you look around this classroom, you'll notice that the tables are further apart than before. So in your classroom, your desk or table will be 6 feet away from the next student. And we want to make sure that we are safe and 6 feet apart throughout the day. Here's a table where one student might sit, and you'll notice that you're going to keep your lunchbox, your book bag, all of your school supplies at your area. Other years you might have shared supplies together with your friends that sit at your table, but this year you'll have your own supplies, crayons, scissors, glue, everything you need right with you. So make sure you bring your school supplies every day that you come to school and keep them in your area. If your glue stick if you need another glue stick or your pencil breaks, just raise your hand and ask your teacher. We can't ask a friend this year. So you'll keep all of your things with you at your seat, even your jacket. And this will make sure we're all safe. During the day, just make sure that you stay in your area. When you line up, you're 6 feet apart. When you're in the hallway, you're 6 feet apart. So the 6 feet apart is really important, and your teacher will help you know what this looks like when you come into school. The last thing I want to mention to you is, of course, we're going to wash our hands a lot during the day, and your teacher will also give you hand sanitizer throughout the day. So if you need extra, just ask your teacher, and your teacher can get it out for you, and you can sanitize your hands so we're all nice and safe. Can't wait to see you soon. Rocket Strong, masks on. See you soon, Rockets.
Sharing teachers and students. When you face-to-face and remote, you'll still have one homeroom teacher, but you may have an opportunity to meet all the teachers on the grade level. Rocket Strong, masks on.
Classroom teachers will schedule bathroom breaks throughout the day to help ensure that we are limiting the number of students in the bathroom to 3 at a time, just to help with social distancing. We also will be scheduling hand washing throughout the day. There'll be 4 different times a day for hand washing. In between those times, hand sanitizer will be available in the classrooms for students to use at any time. And teachers will be responsible for wiping down high-touch areas such as desks, tables, doorknobs, and manipulatives, just to keep everything clean throughout the day. Rocket Strong, mask on.
Rockets, whether in person or virtually at home, you will still be attending specials virtually via Zoom. Make sure to come prepared with your art journal, your tennis shoes, your science notebook. Rocket Strong, masks on.
All right, boys and girls, when you come back to PSE for your in-person day, you need to bring your CMS device, whether it's a Chromebook or an iPad, because as you can see, We've already handed out all the devices to you. We don't have any extras here at school, so you need to bring your device with you.
You're also going to need to bring your charger, whether that's your iPad charger or your Chromebook charger. More importantly, at nighttime, before you come in person the next day, you need to make sure that your device is fully charged. So make sure your device is fully charged. You're going to bring your device and bring your charger.
And remember, Rockets, Rocket strong,
masks on.
When you enter a kindergarten and first grade classroom, you'll notice that we have bathrooms in here. When you come into our bathrooms, they all have a sink as well. So after you use the restroom, you'll come over and wash your hands. Remember, we take 20 seconds and not speedy seconds to wash our hands. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 20 seconds. When you are done, you need to come out and the teacher will go in and wipe down the bathrooms after each student. Also, we'll be eating breakfast and lunch in the classroom. Before we sit down to eat, we will each take turns washing hands, again for that 20 seconds. When we sit down, we stay at our tables, stay in our own space, and enjoy our food. We of course can have masks off while we eat, but afterward, Rocket strong, mask on.
Here at PSE, movement is so important to us. So throughout the day, you are going to have so many brain breaks and time to get up and move around while practicing social distancing guidelines, staying 6 feet apart, and remembering to wear our masks. We are lucky that we are still being able to go outside and utilize our outside classrooms that have had a complete restoration, and we are so excited for you to see those. Unfortunately, we cannot use the playground equipment, but we are still going to be able to go outside and use our campus to the best of our ability while still practicing social distancing. PSE strong, masks on.
Hey guys, don't forget to bring your water bottles each day. You can fill them up at our hydration stations throughout the school. All water fountains are closed and off limits. But don't worry, if you forget your water bottle, CMS will provide one for you. Remember, PSE strong, masks on.
When it's time for dismissal, we will follow many of the same procedures as last year.
We just ask that you be patient. Our dismissal will take a bit longer than it did before. If you're a bus rider, you will dismiss as usual. Your bus driver will clean the bus after each route that they take. Remember, boys and girls, Rocket strong, mask on. As you can see, our school is so excited and prepared for your Rockets to come. And remember, Rockets strong, masks on.